welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about the rise and the fall of Anime Switch. I recorded this video already, but I wanted to make it shorter and more compact and not like fractured like it was. But yeah, okay, so I never covered this game on my channel, but I really liked it. It was a new concept. It was basically more of a bird view dungeon runner game. And yeah, it was really unique. It was cool. It was buggy on release, but I mean, I don't blame anyone for releasing a game that has a few bugs, as long as it's not game breaking. There were there were one or two game breaking bugs on release, but that was okay. Yeah, no one is perfect. And update 1, or let's say update 0.5, went really good with Vegeta. No, it wasn't Vegeta. It was what was his name? Was it Vegito? I don't know. And yeah, it was Vegito, and they added like a new Evos, some units, and a few. Just they called it the Vegito update, but they added also other stuff. Also a lot of fixes. That was nice. A few new codes. I mean, everyone loves codes, so. And yeah, the game was still doing good at this point. I would love to have the numbers for this stage of the game. And they also made polls. They listened to the community. Do you see what I voted for? And yeah. And then the point was they reached 5 million visits. Really nice. And they said, okay, we're working on update 1. We're cooking. And that was the point where the first, let's say, bad omen appeared. They were happy, they reached a lot of likes, the game did good. And yeah, they were still talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna implement stuff. And 2 days after they reached the likes, they said, yo, we're gonna go to maintenance. And maintenance will start at Saturday. And you know what happened? Yeah, look at the dates. They went into maintenance here on the 18th. Like this date, they said, okay, we're gonna go into maintenance, and the day before the maintenance should start, should start. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know what happened. They said, yeah, we aren't done with the stuff, etc. And they want to re-release the game a week later. A week later, they say, oh, we are not done. And we don't want to publish a not finished update. And when you see all of this stuff, it was like a lot of promised stuff. So I don't know why they want to like do all of this in one update, because that's just way too much. Even if you would be like 10 plus devs, that's just way too much work. Like that's like 2 new raid modes is okay, a new saga is okay to make. 1 to 2 new game modes sounds a lot. Like that's like if I think of a game mode, that's like a completely new mechanics, completely new code and stuff like that. 10 new units, limited units, secret units, mounts, everything. They wanted to add everything in one update, and that's what was just not doable. And so they said, oh yeah, we're not done here. The end of May, and then mid of June, yeah, we're still working. This like, oh yeah, we haven't dropped the game, but we're still working on it. And the big announcement then in July, 13th of July, 1 month after they said, oh yeah, we're still working on it, out of nowhere, yo, we're gonna release the game 1 week after this message. And then the trailer was announced, and they, for some reason, they pinged the trailer 3 times. The trailer was not bad, but it was just like, okay, it looks cool, but it's still the same game. Like, I would understand if they posted the trailer 3 times if the game is about to release like the first time, where it's like, oh my god, it's hype, it's a new game, and not a re-release. That was a bit weird. And yeah, the cool thing was you can switch between 2D and 3D. And the day of the update, I wish I would have player numbers, but I think it reached 8k players again. I'm not sure. I think it was 8k or 7k. It might be 20k, but I think it was only 8k at this point. And then after one day, it was like at 10 or 12k players, and then it dropped again. But yeah, that's like every game. Beginning it's always high, and then it drops slowly. And yeah, they made sure that you don't have to start over, because there was some rumor that people have to start over now, and yeah. And then they also release a lot of codes and other stuff that is not really important. And they wanted more feedback. Then they said, yeah, we fixed that shit, and Roblox has problems, blah blah blah. They wanted more feedback, and yeah, they always wanted feedback, which is not a bad part, but it's a bit weird that they ask so much for feedback in these forums instead of just going into general chat and trying to have conversations with the people. Yeah. So then the next mini update dropped, which was also nice. Player numbers were at like 5k average, if I remember correctly. And it was not bad. It was really doing well. Since it's like something new, and Roblox players are like kind of scared of new stuff, I feel like. And there was one big problem. The Battle Pass. The Battle Pass was buggy, or had a bug where it reset the progress. And yeah, there was also the next issue that when you bought something with Robux, it didn't give you the VIP, for example. And then they fixed everything apparently, and the game got another mini update. Like, the game did well at this point. It wasn't dead, it wasn't like amazing at like 100k, but it was like at still 2 to 5k players average. And yeah, then they reverted some stuff because the community was really pissed about. And yeah, at this point, after they reverted shit in the end of July, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but 1X Studio or 11 Studio took over. And 11 Studio took over a lot of games. Also, as an example, wait, do I have it open still? Yeah. Maybe you know him from Fruitseas, which is doing well. Wait, let me check something. Because I want to see. Yeah, this is not even doing well anymore. I don't know if it's also because of they bought the game and then they haven't updated it correctly, or I don't know. Maybe I can make a video about this too if you're interested in. But yeah, as you can see, also 700 plays is still decent. It's not bad. It's still decent. But as you can see, this post was on the 10th of August. They haven't even made 1 million views in 2 weeks now. They barely made 1 million more views. And I know this game had like, I don't know, 20 million views in the first week. So yeah, something went wrong there too. And what they also owned, and it's not listed here, is Final Tower Defense. And Final Tower Defense, I also covered this on my channel. I have to find it real quick. It had like 5 to 8 million views too. But they don't have, they didn't list it in there like, look, that's what we're owning. Yeah, because it's dead. 0 players. They literally bought a shit game. And fun fact, Final Tower Defense devs were the devs that also created ALS. Basically, they made Final Tower Defense as learning how to code. And then they got hired by Blamspot to work with him together to make a better tower defense game. Which Blamspot can call his own tower defense game, basically. And that's what ALS is, Enemy Last Stand. So this is the yeah, kind of the first version of ALS, if you want to call it like that. And yeah, I mean, if I would go here down here, I would probably find more games that just died completely because they bought them. And oh yeah, Anime Ball. Does anyone remember this game? Yeah, basically, if you scroll through them, all of the games they bought died. I don't know what about Soul War. I'm not into Bleach games, so maybe you can tell me in the comments. But yeah. Anyway, oops, no. Okay, where were we? Yeah, they bought it. A new beginning, a new studio, a new beginning, or more a new studio, a downfall. They wanted more feedback. Yeah, always the feedback, guys. Always the feedback. Yeah, they talked about what they want to change, and they want to make the game basically. Yeah, the best part, we want to make that the game reaches its full potential. Yeah, the full potential. Then they announced, okay, the next 7 days we're gonna release a great balance change. That was August 2nd. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of yapping. Yeah. Normally 7 days after the 2nd of August, it would be the 9th of August. Oh, it's the 17th. Yeah, that took 2 weeks. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe sometimes you just need more time. And they didn't just release the balance changes they promised, they also released a new character. A new character was buggy as hell. He couldn't equip artifacts, like he did basically no damage and was buggy overall. It was like the most buggy character ever. And I mean, they fixed it in 1 day. And yeah, as you can see, 1 day after they released Minato, which was the 18th of August, they went silent. 4 days with no communication, and like they said they own the game on the 2nd of August. And then we look at the player base. 2 weeks ago, basically 1 week after they announced they bought the game, which is right here. 2 weeks ago, 1 week after they said, oh yeah, we're gonna push the game to its limits, potential, blah blah blah, yappity yap. 200 players. It's not that bad, but it sounds a little bit weird if a big studio buys the game and then player numbers like this. Yeah. And you see a spike right here. Like the purple line is the average players, and the spike is like the max players. And as you can see, it actually, when they released this balance and Minato change, the game spiked back to 800 players nearly, which is not bad. And the problem is, it was so buggy. As you can see, 1 day later, it dropped. It had less than 50% players, and the next day less than 50% players. And okay, and here are only the main fanboys. As you can see, average 75 players. It still dropped. So even the most player that has that which liked the game left the game because it was just nothing. So the question is, will they be able, if they really make this update one, will they be able to recover from this? And what does recover mean? I'm not talking about getting 10k players with the update. I talk about getting at like 800 players average, because for a studio with this big, this size of a studio, and this big of a project, it should be at least like 1k players, because it was really big, the game. And if you look at like sneaks, there is no sneak after Minato. The past past 5 days, nothing new. And also no death post, nothing. It just went completely silent. And yeah, As you can see, the last banner was also posted on this day, on August 18. So since 4 days, game is just dead. It's just dead, completely dead. And that's sad because the game was really like unique. It was fun. Yeah. And that's the story how this amazing game died. Maybe it will revive. If it revives, I'm probably gonna make a video on it. But else, yeah, that's the story of Anime Switch and how a game can die if you sell it to the wrong studio, or overall sell your game to a studio which is famous for buying the game and then not update it, or put the least amount of effort into updates so they can retain some players so they can make a little bit of money. So yeah, I hope you like this new kind of video. I just want to make something different than just showcases and ACD content. If you like stuff like this, let me know in the comments, leave a like, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.